What's up, YouTube? Team Yugi Bros here with the Mandela Prom, Dragon Duelist Girl, with the player interview. We're here at YCS Atlanta, and unfortunately Amanda didn't play, but she did vend for core TCG. We have a few questions for you. What do you feel about this format and how Yu-Gi-Oh's been progressing?
I hate to be one of the stereotypical people that complain, but this is one of those degenerate formats where, yes, there's obviously always skill involved, but some formats more so than the other. This is one where you can pick up a deck and kind of just pilot it, and it plays itself for you. Yes, you can play it better than certain players, but it doesn't make as much of an impact as it does usually with other formats. So right now everyone's playing Fire Fists, Prophecies, I'm seeing some Buchins, and I'm seeing a lot of Mermails, and there's not enough variety, not in a sense of decks themselves, because that's obviously a variety, but not enough variety in decks that give you a lot of options because it's so straightforward. So I'm not too happy about this format right now. I think last format was really good, and that's why a lot of the average player was tired of it, because as much as E-Dragons were annoying and boring, it got played out after a while. It was a format where only the really good players were going to keep consistently doing well, because
Right.
it forced them to be able to play a deck that you have to have some resource management with and really know what you're doing, because if you just play everything out and not know exactly what you're doing and think a few turns ahead, it'll set you back and lose the game. Next up, Primal Origins, because it's going to be this format technically, but I mean, it's hard to call these things formats, because in the middle of formats, that's what come out that changes the format. So post Primal Origins, I'm really looking forward to, because the Sylvan stuff is coming out, and the deck is really strong, but it's one of those powerful tier 1 decks that in the right hands, it's even stronger to an extent that good players will start consistently tossing. So yes, Sylvans are going to be really good. I like the deck a lot. It's really reminiscent of old school plans. The deck does have some instabilities, but that's what's fun about it, because it has a lot of options. You can play a lot of tech. There's not going to be 100% standard with them, and I'm just excited to play that.
Yeah. What my teammates have been noticing that certain players have developed over that last format and have proceeded to succeed in this format as well. Like Tamid, I don't know his last name, Gaetan, and Patrick Hoban. He's always been doing well, but yeah. But he just as recently have been doing every event just top. He hasn't missed a top, I think, since the Dragon Ruler format. I don't think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but he also hasn't been attending every event.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And he's been doing a lot of the air achievements.
What would you think is the best deck at the format, or is there a best deck?
Right now?
Yes.
I hate saying best deck, absolute best or not, because, I mean, when something is the best, there's always something that you can do to take advantage of it being the best. Like, when Dragons were the best, everyone started catching on with Vanity's emptiness, and then people were, playing 3 of that, and people were starting to main deck, Iron Walls.
Right.
So, there's always something to exploit when there's an absolute best. Right now, because I saw such a variety at the event, I kept going over to the top tables just to see what's going on. I did see a vast variety of, like I said, Mermails, Fujins, Fire Fists. I saw a few Monarch decks actually at the top tables. I'm not sure how far those went. And just a few other things scattered about. So the format's actually allowing for some ingenuity. So I wouldn't say that there's 100% the best deck. And there's a lot of mixed feelings about players with Fire Fists. Some people absolutely love it, some people absolutely hate it. I think it's a really straightforward deck. It can be piloted well, but I wouldn't say it's the absolute best because it's so limited in your options.
Right. And you being a Dragon player, how do you feel about the Dragon decks that are going around, like the Dragon Sworn, the Hieratic Rulers, and the new Disaster Dragon that people have been doing? I've seen a lot, actually.
You've actually seen a lot of Disaster?
Yeah, out there I've seen 3 or 4. I don't know what the deck does, honestly. I never played against it. But it looked pretty consistent. He's just sweeping boards.
Richard Clark came here to this event. He's the innovator of the original Disaster Dragon, the first deck to run 3 quick Chimera Dragons. I know he was one of the only Disaster players that was playing Disaster themselves. I've seen some Chaos Dragon players. I've seen a lot of Hieratic players. But the thing about Hieratics is, I mean, I'm a Disaster Dragon player. I know a little bit about the other Dragon decks, but my main thing is just Disaster specifically. I also did a lot with E-Dragons. But Hieratics, another degenerate deck that I just don't want to talk. We've been selling a lot of Seal of the Ashes, but I don't really have an opinion on that deck, because that deck to me is just like any other deck. It's not really Dragons to me, because, like I said, Disaster my thing. My thoughts on Disaster. Ironically, Richard was playing 2 Blizzard Dragons, I believe, in his build, and the only things he lost to were Sorry, I'm totally losing my train of thought.
So good.
Geargias.
Yeah.
And like the whole point of Blizzard was to freeze the Geargia armor and stop them. So I thought that was kind of funny. He kind of like destroyed everything else. So I'm not sure what was really special about the build that was able to do that. I was surprised myself, even as a disaster play. But Richard Clark is a really good player. So if you look at that deck list, if you show that deck list to the average player, they'll look at it and just be like, "What the fuck is this? This looks like something off of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia deck list."
Right.
So I thought that was pretty funny. I will always love Disaster, but I wouldn't say this is the ideal format for it. Disaster's formats are always the best. I'm rambling so much, but
no, it's fine.
Disaster formats are always the best when there is a light or dark deck that special summons a lot to take advantage of, because Koike Mirror Drago can take a lot.
Yes.
So yes, they can be played, but it's not ideal for them right now. And as for, what was the other deck, I'm sorry? Chaos Dragon?
Chaos Dragons, Hieratic Rulers, and what is the last one? I think that was it.
Okay.
Chaos Dragon, Hieratic
Hieratic
Rulers.
Rulers is a good deck, but like I said, not my forte. Chaos Dragons, also not my forte, but I actually saw quite a few people playing them.
Our teammate actually is too.
Yes. The only problem with Chaos Dragons is right now this is a format where there's a lot of floating going on, a lot of searching, like Prophecies and the Fire Fist. And the thing about Chaos Dragons is they don't really have that much for themselves. They just have big beaters, and they usually hold on to it, play a grind game, and then get ready for an OTK when they're ready.
Right.
But you can't really do that anymore with that deck in the format, so that was the one drawback. It's still really good. And if we get some of the new Lightsworn support that is out in Japan right now, like Raiden's amazing, and Raiden will completely change how that deck works. You could play a Twilight Lightsworn version with him, and it's actually really, really strong.
Right.
So if Raiden gets announced, I have a deck list already ready to be played and built, and it's really super consistent and good.
That's cool.
So
going off of that, you haven't played in a while, unfortunately, but do you think when you know we might be coming back to the game, and if you will?
I'm actually planning on, I say this all the time and never pull through, but I'm really feeling it with Sylvans right now, and when Primal Origin comes out, I think that's the deck that I want to pilot, because I already pretty much have a complete engine fixed up and ready to play for it, and it's really consistent.
All right.
And I have built, so.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I have one question, actually. Are you going to do cosplay, right?
Yeah, I do
Are you going to
cosplay.
PAX today?
PAX Eats?
PAX East, yeah.
I want to, but the tickets are sold out.
I was just wondering because I
Same.
finally got tickets and our team goes. I was just wondering.
Okay, all right.
See ya.
Bye.